Valerie Encina of Breaking Defense reports that the Air Force Special Operations Command has grounded all 52 of its CV-22 Osprey tilt-rotor aircraft indefinitely as a result of an increased number of safety incidents involving an unknown and potentially dangerous issue with the clutch. The AFSOC commander, Lieutenant General Jim Slift, ordered the grounding in the wake of 2 safety incidents that had occurred over the past 6 weeks, in addition to 2 others that have occurred since 2017. There are 3 models of the V-22. The MV-22 is operated by the United States Marine Corps as a medium-lift assault support aircraft. The Navy operates the CMV-22 as a carrier onboard delivery aircraft, and the Air Force Special Operations Command operates the CV-22. The CV-22 is the most technologically advanced of those 3 models and also the most expensive, coming in at about $80 million per copy. It's designed for rapid insertion and extraction of Special Operations Team and the Combat Search and Rescue mission. It's also designed for survivability into and out of the objective. The CV-22 has both a sophisticated radar jamming system, the AN/ALQ-211, and an IR countermeasure system, the AAQ-24. The CV-22 was used extensively by AFSOC in both Iraq and Afghanistan. Now, the V-22 program was shut down from 2000 to 2002 following 2 mishaps, one in Arizona that killed 23 Marines and one in New River, North Carolina that killed 4 Marines. At that time, Cheney wanted to shut the program down, and the airplane was returned to flight in the fall of 2002 with a radically retooled test program. Full disclosure, I worked in the V-22 program at that time as the communications director, and in that capacity I worked very closely with the developmental test team. And also I was able to fly with VMM 263 out of Bastion during my time in Afghanistan. So the promise of the V-22 is the tilt-rotor technology, meaning you can go from helicopter mode to airplane mode, and that makes the V-22 twice as fast, and it can go twice as far as the rotary wing aircraft that it replaced. However, the V-22 is still subject to the laws of physics. So what allows you to tilt the prop rotors forward also creates higher than normal disc loading with each one of those prop rotors. So this also creates very high downwash, which was also a concern during the developmental test program. So there have been a number of incidents involving this high downwash that have hurt airshow spectators and also caused brownout that have led to mishaps in both the Marine Corps and AFSOC. So the other inherent concern with the V-22 is if you have asymmetric thrust, the airplane is going to roll off very dramatically, and pilots have to react quickly. And if you're close to the ground when this happens, the results could be catastrophic, as was the case in this mishap in 2017 aboard the USS Green Bay, where the pilot lost power in close and he didn't have enough time to react before the airplane hit the side of the ship. The mishap investigation found there was not pilot error in this case and attributed this crash to the airplane's design limitations. So as reported by Breaking Defense, AFSOC describes the problem that grounded the airplanes as a hard clutch engagement. Basically, the clutch inside a gearbox that connects one of the CV-22's Rolls-Royce engines to the propeller rotor is slipping for an unknown reason. When that happens, the power load transfers nearly instantaneously to the other engine, a design feature that employs what is known as the interconnecting drive shaft that allows the Osprey to keep flying even if one engine fails. And then during these CV-22 hard clutch engagements, the initial clutch re-engages after the interconnecting drive shaft takes up the load, so that causes another rapid shift back to the original prop rotor and engine. So as a result of this rapid movement across the engines, the aircrew is forced to land the CV-22 immediately. And if the aircrew was unable to control the aircraft when this happens, it could result in the loss of control and an uncontrolled landing. So that could lead to a Class A mishap and deaths of the aircrew. Now, AFSOC pointed out that due in large part to the skill and professionalism of our air commandos who operate the CV-22, no deaths occurred in these incidents. However, a spokesman went on to say the safety of our airmen is of the utmost importance. Therefore, no AFSOC CV-22s will fly until we determine the cause of the hard clutch engagements and risk control measures are put into place. Another thing to note is every time a CV-22 has a hard clutch engagement, the gearboxes and engines have to be replaced, and that makes it a Class A mishap, and the damage costs in excess of $2.5 million. Now, as I mentioned before, the V-22 has generated controversy over its 30 years of operations because of a history of safety issues and a number of crashes that have caused 60 fatalities over the life of the airplane. Recently, a March 2022 MV-22 crash in Norway resulted in the deaths of 4 Marines, and a June 2022 crash in California killed 5. As a result of that mishap, in late June, the Marines ordered a safety stand-down of all Marine aircraft wing units to review best practices and safety procedures. It's worth noting that the 10-year mishap rate of the V-22 is 3.16 Class A mishaps per 100,000 flight hours. The naval aviation mishap rate over that same time period is only 1.02. All right, updates on this situation as they become available. So if you're not already a subscriber, click the button so you don't miss anything. That'll do it for this episode. If you'd like to help support the channel, please consider using the super thanks, the heart icon below, or become a patron at patreon.com/WardCarroll. And in the meantime, I look forward to talking to you again very soon.